Hey guys, it's Rick Neuenhoven here with another 3-minute video, and we're in the Wealth Creation Theme Week, and you're probably wondering, why is that Rick guy standing there without his top on again? It's been a while, I must admit, and I've just come back from the gym. I thought I'd do it with my top off because it's been just over a month since I did my last top off video, which was all about not fearing judgment, and I think it still ties in with the Wealth Creation Week theme. Where we're talking about income. So yesterday we were talking about looking at your job and your career path and how that might be able to create additional income for you. So today what I wanted to talk about in relation to income is shares, managed funds, dividends. What is that? And hence I thought the top off was a good way to go. Hopefully you can see a noticeable difference in the month's work that I've been putting into myself as well physically. But in relation to shares and dividends, it's probably one of the great unknown for a lot of Australian investors. And the problem with the shares and dividends is we get a lot of daily updates on the shares. And so for you as an investor, what happens is you see the spikes going up and down, and you hear all the fear stories. So you pay attention to more the shares plummeting rather than the shares rising. And so therefore, the average investor or the normal investor is very intimidated into investing in shares because you don't understand it. Whereas with property, you do understand it because you own one most of the time. Most people would own a property or want to own a property because you can touch it, feel it, you can drive past it. It's a tangible asset to you. Whereas shares and dividends, or shares and managed funds, for example, which generate a dividend, are not tangible. They're intangible. You can't touch it. You can't relate to it. You have no empathy with it. It's just a piece of paper for you. So it doesn't really make much sense. But that doesn't mean it's a bad investment. The other problem with most of us as investors when it comes to investing in shares is because we're so scared of shares and we don't do it, when the shares start rising and you hear good stories and good news from people, that's when you start to jump in around here and go, beauty, I'm going to get in on this action. But the problem is you've gone in too late if you're looking for capital growth in shares. And so what happens is you're getting in at the peak of the cycle, and so when the cycle starts to drop, you start to panic. Oh my God, I bought up here and now the shares are down here. What am I going to do? And so you sell. And so then you incur a bad experience because you sell at the low point and you're buying at the high point. So you've got it all the wrong way around. So if we look at Brexit, for example, what happened there? The share market plummeted, and within a couple of days, the share market was back, up again 20%. So the smart investors would have actually invested in that share portfolio just after Brexit, that event, and put their money in there, knowing that it's going to rebound and go back up. Now, I'm not expecting everyone just to go out and buy shares without any education at all. Very, very strongly advise that you get a great support person to assist you with share investment. A share broker would be a great way to start, and really get yourself educated on it. There's other things like options that you can get into as well, Bitcoin, that sort of stuff. I know some people are starting to dabble in that game. Again, if you don't really know much about it, I would be very trepid about getting into it without doing your research first, because it is an area of investment, like all investments, that has risk associated with it, and you can lose money. So do your research or get guidance, get a good coach to help you go through the problem solving of shares. But they are fundamentally important to you. I've already gone 4 minutes. I could still go on for longer on shares and talk about margin lending, which I might look at in another video. We've also got managed funds, which ties in with shares, and we've also got to talk about the component of dividends as well. So I'll record those over the next few days. So just don't, if you're watching these videos, just don't stop at the shares and go, well, that's it. I'll get the other ones in there as well. I will be back to a closed person tomorrow, but I just wanted to show, don't be fearful, right? Put yourself out there. When it comes to investment, jump in and put yourself out there and give it a go. Don't be afraid to be assessed and judged on your actions like I am right now, because what happens is you push through that barrier, you be the courageous one, and then others are going to follow. Right? If you're the one that's waiting for other people, we need to help you change that, because you're going to be the last one to get on the train and the last one to get action. Have an awesome Friday, have a great weekend. I hope you enjoy it all. Spend some time with your friends and family. Be happy, be aware, be present, all of that sort of stuff. I'll speak to you soon.